Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com. Here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, July 9th through Sunday, July 15th, 2018. For this week's weekly reading, we will be using the Angel Tarot deck by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine for the main message for everyone. And your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, will be coming from the Crystal Angel Divination deck, also by Doreen Virtue. So let's start for a moment by showing you your stones of choice. So your stone of choice, your first stone of choice, is this beautiful azurite. And azurite is a deep, dark, intense blue color, as you can see. This is a raw piece of azurite that I just purchased. It's from Morocco, actually. And the azurite helps to activate your third eye, which is about clairvoyance and clairaudience. So it's definitely a stone that enhances all of those intuitive and psychic capabilities, but especially, again, the ones surrounding the third eye and the ear chakras. This is also a stone that enhances wisdom and creativity. And also, it's again, a very psychic stone that was used by the ancient Egyptians and the ancient Atlanteans quite a bit. All right, your second stone of choice is this beautiful honey calcite. This honey calcite is a powerful but yet gentle healing stone. Now, it activates the third chakra, the solar plexus chakra, which is your center of willpower. But it also activates the crown chakra because of that golden color, and it actually helps to bridge the two. So we're bridging the crown chakra, which is allowing information or energies from universe, God, to come through, and then it bridges that with your sense of power in the third chakra. With that opening of the crown chakra with the golden calcite, it helps to bring in divine and angelic energies through the body so that it helps to bring in a sense of allowing. This is also a great stone to assist you in decision making if there's any decisions that you have to make. All right, and then your last stone of choice is called chalcopyrite. I had to make sure I was saying that right, chalcopyrite. Now it's also called peacock stone, and you can see it's got this beautiful turquoise blue but yet glittery kind of coloring to it. And again, it does have pyrite in it. If those of you that know, pyrite is that gold iron ore element that is sometimes called fool's gold. So it's got the pyrite in there, but this is the chalcopyrite. This helps to bring in a sense of joy and balance and calm. It helps to alleviate stress. It grounds nervous energy. It helps to remove energy blocks, and it assists with your sense of self-esteem. It also helps to open up your inner sight. Think about the peacock feathers, and those peacock feathers, they all look like they have eyes on them. And so because of that connection, we're talking about opening the inner senses or opening your inner sight to be able to see spiritually, see with more clarity, and again with the psychic senses like clairvoyance. All right, so again, your stones of choice to choose from are the azurite. I didn't say, by the way, this honey calcite is from Mexico. The chalcopyrite is from Mexico. Okay, so let's talk about the energies for the week, and there's actually quite a bit going on. We also have a new moon solar eclipse. If you have watched my monthly angel card reading for the month of July, you know that July is going to have 2 eclipses in it. And those eclipse energies are very powerful energies that intensify things a lot more. It helps to redirect the life. It brings in changes, again, redirections, sometimes unexpected events. And those eclipse energies last a longer time. But before we get to the eclipse energy, we're going to start out the week on Monday the 9th of July. And there's 2 things going on. One is that Mercury, which is in Leo, is challenging Jupiter in Scorpio. Now, Mercury is the planet that rules our communications, our thoughts, our ideas. It rules the mental realm, and it right now is in that sign of Leo, which is very confident and magnanimous, and it's like wants to shine their light and be a leader. Now, this challenge, or it's called a square energy. So Mercury is squaring, as we would say astrologically, Jupiter. Jupiter is a planet of expansion, abundance, blessings. It's also the planet that rules our belief systems. Now, that part that talks about blessings and abundance sounds really wonderful, but right now Jupiter is in Scorpio. It's been in Scorpio since last fall. It spends about a year in each sign of the zodiac. So by the time we get to this fall, 2018, it will be moving and shifting into the next sign of Sagittarius. But for right now, Jupiter is expanding those scorpionic energies, which is all about power, control, our sense of power. It's about other people's money, so it can bring in finances into the mix. And again, this is a challenge connection between Mercury and Jupiter. So I feel like we may have some difficult communications at the beginning of the week, even if we want to back up into Sunday, if you're watching this a little bit early. Sunday, you might feel that strain with communications with others. Again, Mercury in Leo wants to take the lead and kind of be the boss, so to speak. And since Jupiter's in Scorpio, again, it can bring up some power and control issues. This can also bring up challenges within our own mindset, our own belief systems. Are you in a situation or circumstance that is disempowering to you? Jupiter is expanding that, and this square to Mercury might kind of challenge us on a mental level. Also on Monday, the 9th, Venus, the planet that rules love and relationships, and also Venus does rule money and finances. It's moving into the sign of Virgo. Now, Venus and Virgo, Venus is all about love, right? Balance, peace, harmony. Virgo can sometimes get a little bit bogged down into the details and bogged down into the sense of work and service that it needs to perform. So it's not the best placement for Venus. So as Venus moves into Virgo, and she'll be in there for a few weeks, she might be a little bit more critical and self-critical regarding relationship dynamics. So in other words, she might go into this sense of feeling unworthy or deserving, or what's wrong with me, or why aren't I good enough? That kind of energy can kind of come in with Venus and Virgo. Also, it can be projected to the other person, in this case perhaps the partner, and perhaps this is also a friendship as well. It could even be towards family members, to where again we get a little bit nitpicky or a little bit critical, or we're a little bit on edge, or there's also a little bit of anxiety here with the Virgo energy with Venus there. So when we have anxiety energies, that causes us to be a little bit less patient with other people. Now, Venus there for finances in Virgo. She can be much more organized, much more detail-oriented, and come up with a plan, whatever the plan needs to be, to move through the steps that she needs to attain what she wants. So in this case, Venus in Virgo, it can be good for creating a plan towards bringing in some sort of abundance, prosperity, or the goals that she is working on for money and finance reasons. Now, it can also again be a little bit critical and judgmental there as well, so that you're judging your situation or the situation that you're in as a family. Again, that there might be some criticisms there, either against yourself or against others that are involved. On Tuesday the 10th, Jupiter is turning to direct motion. Now, whenever a planet is going to move retrograde, which is like it appears to move backwards, that's what retrograde means, or it's getting ready to turn back to direct motion, it intensifies the energy of that planet. So again, Jupiter is already about expansion, and it's in Scorpio, which can bring up secrets, the power and control thing, the empowerment versus disempowerment thing. And we have an intensification of that, which is, again, another point to make, to go back with Mercury challenging Jupiter. It's kind of intensifying that aspect on Monday as well, because Jupiter is at its stationary point. And as it turns direct on Tuesday, the good news is that once Jupiter starts speeding up here over the next few weeks, it can expand out our sense of power so that we're owning our power more. It can expand out the blessings that Jupiter rules. Rather than it being internalized, which is what happens when a planet goes retrograde, Jupiter turning back to direct motion, now those blessings, the abundance, the prosperity that Jupiter rules, can now start to expand in our environment and situations and circumstances that surround us. Now, again, the key is here with Jupiter and Scorpio to empower yourself to be able to bring in those blessings. On Wednesday the 11th, Venus, again newly in Virgo, is starting to create a grand trine energy with Uranus and Taurus, which is the aspect that happens on Wednesday. And then as we push forward all the way to Saturday the 14th, Venus will be then making a positive connection to Saturn in Capricorn. So we have Venus in Virgo, which is an earth sign, Uranus in Taurus, an earth sign, and Saturn in Capricorn, which is another earth sign. So again, it's forming this grand trine between Wednesday and Saturday. And again, we're even going to feel this start to come into play on Tuesday and perhaps even Monday. Again, it's the whole week that this grand trine is there for us. Now, Uranus rules unexpected redirections, surprises, things that kind of help us to leap forward into the future kind of thing. Uranus does rule electronics, but again, it's in the sign of Taurus now, which is all about money and finances and the work and the effort that we're putting towards building something. Taurus is a builder kind of sign. And then as it connects with Saturn, as Venus connects with Saturn later in the week, Saturn is a planet of manifestation. It's in the sign of Capricorn, which is about our goals, our ambitions. Again, it's a sign that rules work. All of these earth signs kind of rule work and service and our career and our life path and, you know, to some extent, the manifestation of something. So this can be a rather good influence throughout the week. Now on Thursday, this is where we have the new moon solar eclipse. So on Thursday the 12th. That means on like Tuesday, Wednesday, approaching that new moon solar eclipse, we're in the dark of the moon phase. And the dark of the moon phase is always about letting go, releasing. And in this case, the dark of the moon happens in Cancer because the new moon solar eclipse is at 20 degrees Cancer. Cancer rules our feelings, our emotions. It rules home and family. It rules nurturing both ourselves and others, and it rules caretaking or taking care of other people. So, you know, this dark of the moon phase about letting go or releasing, it's going to be on an emotional level, and it may involve some situations with home and family. Now, after the new moon solar eclipse, that's when we start planting the new seeds. That's when we start seeing the new cycle begin, okay? So there's going to be new beginnings after that. Now, this new moon solar eclipse, first of all, again, it's an eclipse. So it's going to intensify the energies. So again, people are going to be rather sensitive emotionally, being a little bit overly emotional. And this new moon solar eclipse is opposing Pluto. Pluto is a powerful planet of transformation, change, death and rebirth, regeneration, transmuting energies. So Pluto is kind of like the volcano. It's like something building, and then all of a sudden the volcano explodes and you have the aftermath. So again, with this new moon solar eclipse opposing Pluto, there could be some sort of circumstances and situations regarding those things that Cancer rules that have already been mentioned, again, like home and family and within our own emotions and emotional body, as well as our subconscious. This is about healing and releasing things on a subconscious level. Cancer does rule the subconscious. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at what our angels and guides have to say for the week. Through the cards here. So let's turn over the first one. Wow, we start out with a very positive card. This is really good. This is Major Arcana number 3, the Empress card with Archangel Gabriel. Okay, the number 3, numerologically speaking, is a number of growth, expansion. It's about abundance and it's about prosperity. The number 3 is about communication of all kinds, speaking, teaching, writing. It's about our thoughts. It's about our belief systems. And so this goes really well with some of the things that we mentioned already astrologically this week. I'm happily surprised to see this card because to me, some of the energies that we're going to experience seem a little bit challenging. But again, we do have that grand trine with Venus, Uranus, and Saturn that's forming throughout the week. And that signifies very well the Empress card here. Now, the message at the bottom says lavish abundance. It says give birth to your dreams, which is significant since we're going to have a new moon solar eclipse on Thursday. And it says nurture yourself and others, which is all that energy of Cancer where the new moon solar eclipse is. So I feel like we need to see what the rest of the cards are to be able to add additional information to this. But this is a very good way to start out the week. And I feel like with this too, we're definitely being guided by our angels and guides to this idea of creation, expansion, and giving new birth or giving birth to something new. All right, let's take a look at the second card here. And the second card, wow, is the Three of Earth, which is interesting because we have the grand trine in the Earth signs. And again, here we have the number 3, just like we had Major Arcana 3 with the Empress. And we already know the number 3 is about expansion and growth. And the earth element, which is discs in the traditional tarot, that is about manifestation. Okay, so again, this idea of the grand trine in the earth sign is bringing something into manifestation. It might happen this week, it might happen in the weeks following. But the message at the bottom here says the power of creativity. I also want to say the power of visualization, and the power of intentions here. So creativity, visualization, and intentions, the power of those things. And it says recognition for high quality work and be a team player. Okay, so those other two statements might mean something to some of you, but I think mostly that we're focused on this idea of the power of creativity and visualization and intention here as we're allowing something to grow. And it's interesting here that we have a butterfly in this card because butterfly, as a totem animal, is about new birth. And this is from the Ted Andrews book, Animals Speak. And Ted Andrews also has a tarot deck, if you like animal totems, called the Animal Wise Totem. I have used it in the past. I haven't used it lately in the videos, but it's a really good deck if you are connected to nature and the animals that way. So again, the butterfly means new birth. And here we have this wonderful scene of this green, lush kind of valley and trees and flowers. And we have an actual angel here next to the butterfly. We have mountains in the background, a beautiful kind of burgundy purple amethyst colored sky. So this is really saying that something is building, something is growing here as we move throughout the week and the weeks ahead, because that solar eclipse again lasts for a little while here as far as the effects of it and the energies of it. The last card here, the third card, I know there's another card here that you might see, but the third card is the Nine of Fire. And the fire element is the wands in the traditional tarot. So this is like the Nine of Wands. Now the number 9 is about releasing and letting go. It's the last of the single digits. And we did talk about that energy in the dark of the moon phase, that we're going to be releasing and letting go of energies. And in this case, the fire element is the spiritual element. So on a spiritual level, we're letting go. The message at the bottom here says, don't give up. Don't give up. Protect that which you're creating, or protect that which you've already created. Have courage and believe in yourself. There's that idea and sense of empowerment here with this card. Have courage and believe in yourself. Remember that new moon solar eclipse is opposing Pluto, and Pluto is about power. Now, it's not all negative, although some people can abuse their power, so there's power and control issues, but the true meaning of Pluto is to bring empowerment here. So this is the idea of this new moon solar eclipse, to empower yourself through whatever situation or circumstance you might be in, or empower yourself in maybe a relationship matter, or just empower yourself as far as what you believe about yourself and about your life. Okay? The number 9, again, it's a very kind of spiritual number, humanitarian number, creative number. It's a romantic number as well. But when I look at the image of the woman on this card, she looks very grounded. She looks very assured, self-assured. You know, she's sure of herself and self-assured. She's not in a fighting stance, and she's not in a stance quite of just, you know, letting things unfold. She looks like she's ready to do something, you know, and in that, here you want to make sure that you're getting ready to do something, to move forward with this new moon solar eclipse and some of these big changing energies. There's also a dragon in this card. So she's, you know, that dragon to me is like divine protection and guidance, but it's also power. You know, the dragon symbolizes this sense of power here. So there's a power element that is behind you, a powerful guidance that is behind you. You just need to open up, be aware of it, and listen to it. Now you do see a fourth card over here, and I chose another card because of the new moon solar eclipse, just to kind of give us a message about the new moon solar eclipse and what it might be all about or what we can expect. Okay, we have the Ace of Air, and this is like the Ace of Swords in the traditional tarot, and the Ace is always, you know, it's the first, you know, the Ace is like the number one, so it's about new beginnings. This is new beginnings on a mental level, again with your ideas, your thoughts, your belief systems. The message at the bottom says, brilliant new ideas and inspirations, seeing the truth of a situation, and a challenging beginning. So the sword suit, sometimes a lot of the swords cards are a little challenging, but this is a positive card. It's just that to get there, we might go through a little bit of challenge first. You know, we might be redirected in such a way that we weren't expecting, and now we're into this new beginning, which is a positive beginning. And here we have a Pegasus, and its wings are spread, so it's like it's getting ready to fly. It's not flying quite yet, but it's definitely in that stance with its wings spread of getting ready to take that like leap of faith and to move forward and to fly into something new. So again, this is signifying that new moon solar eclipse and what we need to know about that. All right, so let's put that there. And let's see what your special message card is depending on your stone of choice. So we're going to give this a little bit of a shuffle. And for those of you that chose the azurite, and the bottom card is calling my attention. So azurite people, garnet, purification and detoxification, which is, again, that dark of the moon phase here before the new moon solar eclipse. It says, it's time to release physical and energetic toxins from your life. So, you know, this is definitely, this could be something tangible. You're releasing a circumstance or situation that's tangible. Or, again, something that's energetic, subconscious belief systems, thoughts that you might be having, even emotions, you know, in this case. But you're going through a cleansing process this week. You're getting ready and you're purifying yourself. And they're saying even detoxing on a physical level, meaning they want you to pay attention to your diet. And even if it's just a short-term thing for a few days or a week, you might want to detoxify and, you know, cut out sugar and cut out, you know, carbs, or cut out caffeine or alcohol, or whatever it might be. But it might be time to do a little detox with your physical body is what I'm hearing here with this in part. Now, the garnet, you know, is a red stone and it rules that root chakra. So here again, it's that physical vitality, our physicality. I feel like you need to do a meditation on your base chakra or root chakra. So see that red, that garnet red color at the base chakra, and ask to have that area balanced. Now, the root chakra does rule, again, our physicality and physical energy, but it also rules manifestation and bringing things into form, okay? All right, for those of you that chose the honey calcite, give this a shuffle here, and this one's calling my attention for the honey calcite people. Sapphire, and it says, easy does it. It says, your health, happiness, and abundance requires a gentle approach to life and work. So this is, it's, you know, they're saying empowerment, but empowerment of the divine feminine. And what they're meaning by that is that the divine masculine wants to push, take action, make things happen, shake things up. This is empowerment on the divine feminine level. So this is about allowing, going with the flow. It doesn't mean you can't take action, but it's definitely more gentle and nurturing in its approach here. And because this is sapphire, which is again a blue stone, we're dealing with throat chakra, ear chakra energy, perhaps even third eye chakra or sixth chakra energy. But especially I feel like speaking your truth is indicated here as a form to empower yourself. So there might be someone through which you need to speak your truth. Speak it gently, speak it lovingly, speak it with compassion. But they're also saying this might be also speaking your truth on a mental level with yourself or to yourself. So that is also a message that comes in. I feel like your perceptions, your intuitions, and your psychic abilities are going to be enhanced. Especially they're saying clairaudience, so your ear chakras and clairaudience and hearing messages. So pay attention to whatever you might be hearing or intuiting in your mind this week. And then for those of you that chose the chalcopyrite, let's give this a little shuffle. Okay, the one on the bottom keeps on calling my attention. So chalcopyrite, this is one that we may not have heard of, dolomite. Dolomite says, stay strong in your faith. A positive outcome is dependent on you keeping a positive mindset. Now remember, Jupiter is turning direct. Jupiter is about our belief systems, you know, and the expansion of our mind. And again, we can disempower ourselves with that Scorpio energy as much as we can empower ourselves. So I feel like this is something that you're needing to pay attention to this week. Have faith, have trust, you know, stay in that place of a balanced mindset and know that things are positively progressing. Things are positively moving forward. What it is that you're desiring may not, you know, turn out exactly as you hope or intend, but it's going to turn out wonderful. Okay, so just be open and allowing and believe that everything is going to turn out with your best and highest interest in mind. And that pink energy here, beautiful energy of heart chakra, which is with the pink, you know, a lot of times we think of heart chakra as the emerald green. With the pink, I often think of self-love, self-worth, valuing the self. So I feel like you really need to focus on that this week, and whatever, you know, whatever situation or circumstance you might be in, make sure that you're valuing yourself and knowing that you're worthy and deserving of all of the best that life has to give you. So I hope you've liked this weekly angel card reading. Remember, I'm on Instagram now as well as Facebook, so you can find me under Colleen Lemma. I also have a Sacred Soul Empowerment page on Facebook where I do empowering and educational posts. And please visit my website. There's going to be some upcoming changes here, hopefully shortly. And that's at sacredsoulempowerment.com. So sending you all much love and light, and sending you all many, many angel blessings.